Hey, welcome back. We have a wallet for you today. I'm on a short series of wallet videos. Oh boy, where did I put my knife? Here it is. And look, it's fall, the seasons are changing. Why not tinker around a little bit and check out some wallets? If you don't know, my go-to, it's this nice product card holder my wife got me years ago. That's 10 plus years old. Really nice. It's like a 5-6 card kind of capacity. I did just do a review of another wallet this week. Let me just get the document off of here. And I even traveled with it, which was kind of fun. So I got to take it on a trip to Milwaukee from here in Washington. All right, so nothing sensitive here. Hi, Dan. Included in the package is one of our most popular products. It's the Big Fin, along with a keychain. Both are classic brown. 100% made in USA, saddle stitched, full grain American leather, lifetime guarantee. Center compartments hold a ridiculous amount of cards. All right, interesting. Keychain's made of the same leather. Let's see what we think. Got the keychain here. Let's jump right to the goods. Dessert first is always my philosophy on the channel. Ooh, that is nice. Made in the USA. Okay. Leather goods, handcrafted in Arizona. I saw this shipped out of Arizona when it came. Really appreciate the team at Lost Dutchman sending this over. Thanks, Nate. Very cool. Let's get into it. Let's take a look at the keychain too. Ooh, that's really nice. Not a big keychain guy these days because most of my car keys are, well, I'll show you. Most of them look like this. Boom. Got the little Tesla card there, and then my Toyota one's about 5 times thicker than that, but similar concept. But we do have keys, and we kind of keep those in the car these days, so I could throw those on here, and that would be really nice. Kind of have the permanent fixture and then the temporary fixture, so that's kind of cool. And you could always clip that on a belt buckle or something, so that's pretty neat there. Yeah, let's fill this thing up with some cards and see what we think. So this is my normal card. Oops, yep, there we go, 5 cards. Wow, that would carry, I mean, that center area, a ridiculous amount of cards is absolutely correct. That is really massive there. So if you need something important, like your driver's license, you could throw that here, throw a couple cards in the back area, and then you can always just pull that driver's license out really quickly from the front. So I like that configuration. The quality is clear. They're doing a nice hole punch through there and then sewing. And then, ooh, I wonder what you do with that. Do you put a card sticking out of there? Is that more of the driver's license situation? Maybe that is. And then you don't even have to open the front. So you could have your most used credit card here in the front for quick access when you're at the grocery store or whatever. And then, you know, you're in a pullover situation, which I tend to have once in a while because I do like that gas pedal. I really enjoy depressing it vigorously. And pull out the card there. So that could be a nice little easy go-to, or maybe you're not like me and you don't get pulled over a lot and that's your credit card right there. Boom. I mean, these days that's just a tap, which is awesome. Boom, tap. And you could have your credit card, you know, chip right there and tap right from, without even having to take it out of your wallet. So throw this in the pocket. Feels great in the pocket, not too big, but you know it's there. That's one of the things that, you know, this thing sometimes slips out of my pocket because it's so small and I don't even know if it's there. So this one feels a little more substantial. This is a lot for me, like having the flap over the top and the double flap. That's more than I'm used to now, but you know, back in the day, you always had your little flip wallet. This is a different design. He called it the Big Fin. You can definitely see that this is on the bigger side. I would personally probably be more oriented towards one of their smaller products. But you know, I didn't really discuss that. He just said, hey, curious if you'd like to check out some of my stuff, and thanks for sending it in again. I do really like just the quality of everything. This is a sustainable package here, but nice little quality bags. You know, these are kind of similar to those bags at the grocery store where maybe you use repeatedly to, I really do like the brand too. That's really cool. But yeah, at the grocery store to put your fruit in and that kind of stuff. So overall, high quality product. You can see that they care about what they're doing here. And with a stitch like that and not much room, I mean, this thing's going to probably last you a couple decades if I had to guess. This just feels like one of those products. So that's my initial impression there. LostDutchmanLeather.com if you want to check it out. And they got some emails there and they're on social. I really like that. They did a great video, by the way, about Made in USA. And yeah, it costs a bit more, but man, I just did do another review on something out of Asia, we'll just say. And cool stuff, but there's just a different feeling and just sort of sentiment when you are handling something you know is made in USA, and just a little bit of pride there. I could see this getting all scuffed up, and you know, over time you just kind of take some pride in what you got and where it's made. This is one of those products for me. It's kind of funny because the name itself doesn't necessarily allude to it being made in the USA, being Lost Dutchman, but you kind of get that benefit of made in USA with a product that feels like it's also got a little bit of heritage out of Europe or the Netherlands. So that's pretty cool. Again, I really like this. This is what could make this work really well for me. I love this kind of clever, you know, I could have a bunch of stuff in here that I don't normally go to, and that's fine. You can have just a lot in here. I mean, that's really impressive, the amount of capacity that this has. And then your easy stuff is easy, right? Like this is actually easier to get out of than this. So like the appeal for me to make this change would be, now I have that one card access that's way easier. You could even probably throw in 2 in here as your 2 most important things and make that kind of your go-to. You could go in here and that's pretty easy to get out also. You know, if this thing were really packed full, maybe that would be not quite as easy to push down like that and pull out the other one. But for a 2-card access like that, that's pretty nice. And then you get all that extra capacity for all the stuff that you're always forgetting. Like for instance, rechargeable arcade game cards that I go and show up to Round Table or whatever. I'm like, I forgot the card again. And now I got freaking 10 of them. You know, I got a bunch of redundant Ruckus Room cards and stuff because you always forget those extra cards because you don't have enough capacity in your little 5-card wallet. So for someone looking for a high capacity but compact wallet, this particular Big Fin model is very interesting to me. And I think it meets the pocket priorities pocket check. Would I be okay having this in the wallet, in the pocket? It just feels good. And I know I'm supporting a local business in the US and a really cool maker that builds a very high quality product. I mean, man, I've had a lot of really cheap little keychains over the years. This one feels like something, again, that could last a few decades. And I could just see this leather maturing in the pocket and turning into something nice and soft over time. It's soft already, but you know, a little less rigid soft, right? It's soft to the touch, like the matte feeling in your fingers, but over time it becoming just this, almost this living, you know, at one point it was a living thing, but this kind of like maturing thing where over time you take pride in your muted off corners and the softness of the leather as it matures in your pocket. So really impressed with what I'm handling here. I'm going to take a look at their website and just see, is there a successor here, maybe a little smaller option for me. But for a lot of people, this allows you to basically have in a much smaller package. And that is not easy to come by. To get full wallet capacity in a small package is not something I've seen a lot. So really like this. Again, thanks to the Lost Dutchman team for sending this. And that's all for now. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like and subscribe. I will link their website in the comments and in the description. So feel free to check them out there. And that is all for now. I will see you on the next one. Take care.